Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mademoiselle Lina, and you can find me online at www.conjureknits.com. Today, we are here to do the Leo TarotScope for November 2021, and we are going to be using the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. Before we get started, I would like to say thank you for viewing my video, and if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and click on the little bell so that you'll receive notifications of when I go live or upload new videos. I do try to stay pretty busy here on my channel. I do all 12 zodiac signs for the monthly tarot scopes. On Sundays, we have Conjure Crew with myself, Mambo Tanya, and the Black Bonnet Witch. On Mondays, I upload the weekly forecast. Every day, I do a card of the day reveal. On Wednesdays, we have the virtual book club. We are currently reading the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. It has been so much fun following Richard and Kaylin on their adventures, so you are definitely going to want to join us for that. I also pop on from time to time and do free readings, so make sure you get my notifications by clicking that little bell. All right, I feel that I have rambled on long enough. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Card number 1. What is the challenge for this month? And we have Gotcha. Gotcha is the out-of-the-blue fairy. He likes to surprise us. You know you're walking along, minding your own business or not minding any business at all, and the universe smacks you on your blind side with something that makes an awful splat, unexpected demands from the tax man. The bank's hole-in-the-wall machine eats your bank card late at night, while the burly and irritable taxi driver is waiting. Your children find a way to dye themselves green just before your in-laws arrive. A meteor hits your car. Gotcha is, of course, capable of happy surprises, as well as shocking or miserable ones. Perhaps your lottery ticket wins. There is a school of thought that says this is just karma. We deserve it for sins we have totally forgotten in other lifetimes. Not so. Karma is about lessons we need to learn, not about punishment, and meaningless events don't teach us much. So this may be karma, but it isn't that kind of karma. There is another school of thought that says all of these things are our choices. We chose to be there when this is happening. We choose to step in front of the invisible cosmic bus. There is some truth to this, on one level of being high in the superconscious. As Gotcha says, I know more than I see. But most of us don't function at that exalted intuitive level of consciousness much of the time. However, many of us do get hints, little flashes of intuition, and sometimes even big flashes of intuition. We often say, I knew I shouldn't have gone that way, or trusted that person, or invested in that stock. There are two things Gotcha is trying to teach us. He says he doesn't enjoy doing it, but do I believe him? Actually, I do, mostly. First, we need to learn to listen to and trust our intuition. We need to be awake and aware. It is just part of what we need to learn in order to fulfill our potential to have happy and satisfying lives. Without it, we are sleepwalking in the world, missing all of the wonders and joys, while not missing many of the bumps and pitfalls. Second, when there are lessons we need to learn, or when there are experiences that are properly other people's, but that have impact on us, we need to learn to roll with the punches, to take what comes at us, learn what we can from it, and regain our balance as quickly as possible. Things happen. We can't always control them, and we can't always get out of their way. We don't always even have a choice about them. For example, to live with a beloved animal friend probably means that you are going to lose that creature at some point, because most pets have shorter lifetimes than humans do. Other things happen as well. People occasionally win huge sums in lotteries, but this too, we need to be able to take in our stride and not be completely lost in it. Gotcha knows we like to build sturdy, rigid structures in our minds and lives, but he also knows that these often are not good for us. Sometimes we even complain about them, muttering about life being dull and boring. Yet we cling to them tenaciously. Such inner and outer rigidities usually encourage stagnation, and the unity insists on growth. So, to help us along, Gotcha kindly delivers these sudden surprises. Yet how often do we remember to say thank you? It's hard, Gotcha says, doing such a difficult job. It's enough to drive a fairy to drink. From the look of that bloodshot eye, he has already been into some of the more potent otherworld nectar. Card number 2. What positive energies can I embrace this month? And we have Death. This is about natural, timely endings, release, liberation. Scary A. Before you panic, let's remember that if it were not for Death and her hard work, we would all be up to our ears in alligators, mayflies, each other, and just about everything else. Without her to clear the world, there would be no room for growth or new life. This applies to all the realms: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and others. The Death card in all oracles, fairy, tarot, and others does not usually signify actual physical death. In fact, that is rarely the meaning. Rather, it indicates a significant change, one that involves letting go of the old life in order to move forward into the new. What we really fear about death is the unknown, the what next of it all. We may be experiencing great pain as a result of holding on to aspects of life that we have outgrown, but humans tend to hold on anyway because we don't know what is next. We want guarantees, and instead we get open doors into unknown, darkened spaces. Yet, when we go through these doors, closing them behind us, we discover a whole new world, one in which we can grow and develop into more of what we have the potential of being. So here we see Death, her face hidden, without form, holding a dark crystal ball. She herself cannot herself see the future. Card number 3. What negative energies do I need to negotiate this month? And we have Unity. Unity comes first and last. In between, we have the illusion of duality, which we all believe in for a very long time. This apparent duality is ultimately shown to be an illusion, but it is an illusion through which we must pass, through which we learn and grow, and then once again return to unity. You may have had mystical experiences where you have had true union with other beings or even with the unity, the one who is all. Such experiences changes our lives, effectively showing us that the saying "we are all one" is not just a pious belief, but is a statement of actual fact. We are not separate like the flowers in a field, but are one. The only way to reach this awareness is to surrender the small everyday self to the larger spiritual self, which is unity. Experiencing full oneness with the unity is transformative. Looking at this painting, you may think, all the power is focused in here, vast energies. It is as if all that power is looking for a place to happen. This is exactly what is going on. Unity is the energy of the cosmos still unmanifest, still without form. Here we see the dark and the light, masculine and feminine, active and passive, and other polarities, all expressed in balanced, energy-filled, vibrant union. All that is one, and that one is God or Goddess is the principle expressed. From this, all else derives. This is the source from which we draw our strength, our very being. Card number 4. What do I need to make time for this month? And we have the Piper. The secret melody of the Piper drifts through our lives, offering us a means to communicate from the heart and without words. His music conveys our emotions to one another, emotions that are audible only in the listening ear of our hearts. His approach to us is gentle and wordless. He may send us his melody through the whisper of leaves, the rustle of grass, the song of a bird, the hum of city traffic, the buzz of a refrigerator, or the whir of a computer. He asks that we listen to the world around us, especially to the unspoken words of others, humans and fairies, plants and trees. Among the other things the piper offers us is the ability to bring him our sorrows and pain in the form of music so that he may help us to heal them. Sing a sad song to this fairy, and he will add to it the energy of cleansing and healing, if we are open to healing. His natural music also offers us tranquility if we take the time to be still and listen to it. The piper's music can be seductive and attractive, even magnetic. He lures us with our own daydreams. Sometimes we allow the music of the piper to enthrall us into illusion, especially the illusion of control over that which we cannot control. However, if we use that illusion, our own self-deceit, to break through into greater truth, it has served its real purpose. He calls to us, asking that we listen to him, to the fairies, to each other's hearts. His piping may seem elusive, hard to hear, diffused, yet it is very clear and it brings us the meaning of our lives. Working on developing more order, harmony, and beauty in your life. Then you are singing to the tune of the piper and becoming more like him as you do. Card number 5. What opportunity should I seize this month? And we have He of the Fiery Sword. When the song comes into any of the manifest worlds, this world or fairy or another, it first encounters two principles, sometimes called yin and yang, or masculine and feminine, or great god and great goddess. He of the Fiery Sword is the primary manifestation of the yang principle: action, will, movement, force, fire. We see him in many ways, each one an aspect of his total being. All of the great gods and protectors are aspects of this power. The fiery sword is the archetype of all magical and mundane swords, and written upon the blade are the words, "Draw me not without cause, nor return me without honor." His fiery sword illuminates truth and dispels not truth. We can call upon the master of the fiery sword when we have difficult things to do, when we need to take action that is going to require much of us, both in will and in compassion. He will do what needs to be done with love. When looking at this card, my neighbor saw it not as a sword, but as a feather of light. He saw it as a symbol of the ability to fly, to rise above things. Someone else saw it as someone reaching up, ascending, surrounded by multiple reflections, and filled with light and power. All right, my lovelies. Let's take a look at the bigger picture here. Card number 1. What is the challenge for this month? And we have gotcha. Stagnation rules. It may seem that the situation is forever stuck, mired down in a swamp of misery, boredom, or pain. So it is, and it will remain so until someone, probably you, voluntarily sacrifices something outgrown but tightly clung to in order to acquire something better. Bear in mind that the only truly meaningful sacrifice is ourselves, our time, our energy, our attitudes and beliefs. Gotcha standing on his head suggests that we can break loose from this pattern by dedicating ourselves to some service, some voluntary but meaningful sacrifice that will loosen the knots, break loose the cement around the joints, and set us free. Gotcha would like to see us do this and save him a lot of effort. Otherwise, he offers helpfully, "I'll come and help you break loose just as soon as I have a moment to spare." Card number 2. What positive energies can I embrace this month? And we have death. Something has reached a natural ending, and there is substantial and irrevocable change in the works. This change may be inner or outer, or, most likely, both. It is timely and natural, but there may be much resistance to it. Leaves fall every autumn. In the spring, the trees are green again with new leaves. Make room for the new in your life. Let the old go, lovingly, gently, willingly. Card number 3. What negative energies do I need to negotiate this month? And we have unity. We may have become overly focused on the differences and disagreements that seem to separate us from others, and this may be preventing us from achieving our potential for fulfillment and happiness. We may feel alienated, unwanted, and lonely. If this is so, we need to refocus on what we have in common with those around us, far and near. We may need to heal our own attitudes and our beliefs that contribute to these feelings of separation, and we could usefully consider how we might find reconciliation with others. Forgiveness may be a key. Prejudice and judgmental and critical attitudes all push us farther into the delusion of separateness and loneliness. Move toward allowing others to be closer to you, gradually dropping the defensive attitudes that hold them away and keep you alone. Don't wait for others to make the first move toward reconciliation and connection, but reach out to them with compassion and selflessness. This may be difficult, even very difficult at first, requiring self-study and inner work, possibly with the help of skilled teachers or therapists. In meditation and prayer, ask to be in communion with the unity deep within yourself. In unity, there is trust, love, and ecstasy. Card number 4. What do I need to make time for this month? And we have the Piper. To get what you want, the Piper recommends that you try polite requests and gentle, patient persuasion, and then wait, quietly welcoming, for it to come to you. Seek harmony and tranquility in yourself and in the world around you. Use tenderness and gentleness. The Piper speaks of a time of harmony, creativity, and increasing order. It tells of communication without words, the music of empathy, and the awareness of the feelings and concerns of others. This is a time to pay attention to the subtlety of others' expressions of feelings and ideas. Look past the surface and listen as you would to a beguiling melody on the very edge of hearing. He also plays melodies in our dreams, which may be filled with meaning and importance, and then he leaves it up to us to understand what they mean. This may also be a good time to be aware that others may be listening to us with sensitivity and clarity, so much so that they may hear what we are truly saying more clearly than we do ourselves. The Piper may also signify musical talent or ability, or it may be suggesting that the use of music is in some way important at the present time. Card number 5. What opportunity should I seize this month? And we have Heat of the Fiery Sword. The presence of the Fiery Sword's master can indicate that there is a need for clear and focused will and a determination to carry through on decisions, even if much effort is required. Or he can tell us that such will and strength is present in regard to the issues under consideration. We need to consider how he is expressing his will and strength, and how that expression may be enhanced or improved. It is this singer's energy that enables us to burst the bonds of an outgrown way of being and move on to the next level. He indicates that this is a time to take action based on clear spiritual will. His presence indicates great strength and great potential for good. It also reminds us that, if we call upon him, we will receive assistance. The presence of this card radiates strength and willpower. Wow, Leos! It looks like we have a bit of spring cleaning to do. This is not an easy task, especially since we tend to think with our hearts more than our heads. It will take a lot of strength and willpower to let go of the things you have been clinging to. Listen, we can't fix everything and everyone. Sometimes we have to let go. Not everything we hold onto is in our highest good. You have to do what is best for you, even if that means setting something or someone free. You have so many more opportunities just waiting for your time and attention. What is in your highest interest that will take you to the next level? You already know that you are and deserve the very best. I say, go for it. This is going to be such an exciting month for you. A month of growth and adventure, amazement and wonder. Sure, we do have some work to do, but it is so worth it. I hope that this reading has helped you and will help lead you and guide you throughout the month of November. If you do feel that it has helped you and that it will help someone else, please feel free to share this video. Sharing is caring. And if you would like a more in-depth and personal reading, you can go to my website at www.conjureknits.com and click on the link at the top of the page that says, Book a Reading. Oh, and by the way, did you know that you could have gotten this TarotScope up to 2 weeks before the general public? Oh yes, check out my Patreon for details. I will drop a link in the description box below. I hope you all have a very beautiful and amazing month. Love you bunches. Shalom.